We will now cover how to create an assignment in Canvas. Go to your Canvas course that you have been working on and go to the module that you want to add an assignment to. So I've got my week 1 module. The way I add things to modules is always the same way. I go to this plus button right here. It's a very powerful button. You should all know it. This one's the publish and unpublish button. This is the plus button. So let's try that plus button out. I hit the plus button and it says add. I can add an assignment to week 1 module. I could add a quiz to week 1 module. I could add a file. I could add a page. I can add a discussion, a text header, external URL. I can add an external tool. For now, I'm going to create an assignment and add it to module 1. So we're going to say add an assignment to module 1. It's a new assignment, and I clicked on new assignment. If you have stored assignments that you've made in the past, you can select one of those, but I'm teaching you sort of how to create a class from nothing. And under assignment, I am going to give it a name. I'm going to say research a career. I'm going to click add item. So now it says research a career. You've got this little icon here. I'm going to publish it. And right now, all it is 3 words, research a career. So we're going to click on the name of our assignment. I clicked on the name of our assignment and it brought us to this page. It says that we have no content, no points, the students are submitting nothing, there's no due date, there's nothing. So we want to fix that. We're going to click the edit button right here. We have a name for it. There's no content. So I'm going to go to a Word document where I've created an assignment. And I'm going to copy and paste the assignment into Canvas. So what I'm going to do is copy and paste my link right there. I'm also going to highlight it, click this link button, and say update link. Now that is a hyperlink. I'm going to bring over the rest of the assignment. So my students have directions on how to do the assignment. They're going to a website. It says they have to write 1 paragraph. They have to use factual information. They have to cite their sources. I'm going to give it 10-point value. We have this thing called an assignment group. So I'm going to create a new group and call it writing assignments. Because I want to see how my students do on writing this semester. I have choices for the grade. I can do points. I can do a percentage. I can do a letter grade. I can say it's not graded at all. I like to do points, but you have options. You choose what works for your classroom. Under submission, I could say the students submit nothing. They're going to hand me a piece of paper in class, and I'm using Canvas as a gradebook. Or I could say they could submit it online. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to say students can do a text entry. They can just type it into a box. They can upload a Google document. They can upload a Word document. And I can restrict the type of documents the students give me. In the past, I say file upload, and I get usually a Google Doc or PDF. If you want, you can make it a group assignment. We're not going to cover that. It's a little bit more advanced. We can require peer reviews where students read each other's work and critique it and give it, praise. Again, that's an advanced feature. If you need help with that, I will show it to you. And I give it a due date. I will say it's due on the 18th, and students have access to it until the 18th. I like to use the same date for the due date and the until date. Basically, they have until the 18th to get it done, and it's due on the 18th. Some instructors only use a due date, which means the students can submit it after the due date. Some teachers only use an until date. There is a difference. The until date says you do not have access to this assignment after this date. The due date just says it's due. They can still hand it in. If you use both and you put the same date, then it's basically it's due this day, and that's the last day you have access to it. Some teachers, they'll say, okay, I'll give you a week after it's due to let you submit it. I don't do that. You can do whatever you want in your classroom. In the end, you click save. Okay. If we look at our assignment, it says research a career. It explains the assignment. It gives them a web page to go to. It explains that they have to write a paragraph, use some factual data. They have to cite their sources. It's worth 10 points. And it has a due date, and it's assigned to everyone. If I click on my modules again, I'm clicking here on the left-hand course navigation window to modules. It now says week 1 module, research a career, June 18th, 10 points. If we go to my syllabus, which I haven't built yet, but look, it's starting to build itself. There's a due date, there's an assignment, there's a due date over here. If I click here, it'll take me to the assignment. If a student clicks on grades to look at their grades, also, I want you to notice that you've got research a career, 10 points, and you've got my 3 students, and each student will upload their answer to this assignment, and I'll be able to click right here in the gradebook and say speed grader, and I'll be able to grade my students' work in the gradebook and give them feedback.